Hi. Alright, I'm going to just go ahead and get straight to the point because I have to read the beginning of a chapter for my social psychology class, and it's already almost 1 o'clock in the morning. So, okay. Now, there was a topic by, I think his name is Mr. Locaria or something, where he said, and the title of it is Men Don't Like the Company of Women. And in that, he discussed how heterosexual men and women cannot be just friends, that men are always going to want to have sex with their female friends. They're always going to try to date them. And the only reason that they're playing the friend role is to basically get into a woman's pants. And, he just said women and men can't be friends, and women fool themselves into believing that. But it's not possible because, men, as men, they want to have sex with their so-called female friends. They want to date their so-called female friends, and by this alone, this doesn't make them friends. And he also went on to say that one of the reasons that why men don't like the company of women, and why men can't be friends with women, is because men cannot be their true manly self when they're around women, because women become offended by their manly self. Such as, how, like, if men are an attractive woman go by, and like, dang, I would hit that. Of course, that's probably cleaner than what an actual man would say, or some of the dudes that I know would say. But they say that women are offended by these behaviors, and probably other such behaviors, especially behaviors that concern women, and some of the things that they may say or do. And so he said, because of that, men cannot be their true manly self. Therefore, they do not feel comfortable in the company of women, and therefore, men and women cannot truly be friends. Now, I commented and I stated about how I have male friends who don't want to have sex with me, who aren't just being my friend to get into my pants or date me or anything like that. They are actually my friends, and that's about it. I've had male friends that have had crushes on me, and I have had crushes on some of my male friends, and vice versa. But I do have male friends that have, as far as I know, have never had a crush on me, and I've never had a crush on them. We're not attracted to each other in that way, and in fact see each other as brothers and sisters, not possible dating prospects or sexual partners. Now, when I said this, some dude responded to me, not the dude who posted the video. He didn't respond to me. It was a man named The Raider 2008, I think, if I remember his name correctly. And he went on to say about how, female friends are boring, and that's why he doesn't have them. He's only interested in women as dating prospects or sexual partners. And he also just said it was really rare for women to not be offended by the things men do, I guess, in their manly state. Because I also stated in my comment that I'm not offended about what my male friends do, because I don't understand why I would be offended. They're my friends, not my man. Now, if that was my man sitting up to talking about another woman, how he wanted to tap that, yes, I would be very offended. But that's my friend. So I just laugh and I'm like, wow, really? But yeah. So I respond to him and I'm like, female friends are boring. Like, what? I'm like, I don't know how rare it is, but I stated that, maybe it's just maybe he just associates women being boring as friends. Maybe that's just an association that he makes in his mind, because I don't think female friends are boring. I'm a female. And apparently I don't think that my male friends think female friends are boring, because I don't think we'd be around if they did. And it just was a lot, because it just was like, really? Do people really think like this? Like, I'm like, all my male friends do not want to have sex with me. All my male friends do not want to bang me. They do not want to hit that. A lot, like, not every dude is attracted to all kinds of women. And not every woman is attracted to all kinds of men. People have types, they have standards and all kinds of things. And I think that people need to take that into account when they say stuff like men don't like the company of women, or men and women can't be friends. And I go on to say this because, like, the thing is that I have proof, real life proof, because I have male friends. We are friends. We are just friends. They are not trying to have sex with me. They are not trying to date me. We are friends. We joke about sex around each other. Nobody's getting offended. It's, it ain't nothing like that. If anything, we see each other as brother and sisters, not effing buddies. Like, for real. So I believe it is possible. But obviously a lot of people think that it isn't. But I've also noticed that a lot of these ideas about men and women can't be friends come from men. I have yet to hear a woman say that men and women cannot be friends. I just haven't heard it. So, there probably are women who believe that way, but I don't know. I've never heard them. I only hear this coming from men. So, no, I do not believe that men and women cannot be friends. I have proof that men and women cannot be friends. And after, debating back and forth with the Raider 2008 on this topic, because he was just going on to say that, maybe these men that are my friends, are just don't have the balls to say that they want me. So, and why that sometimes does happen, because sometimes people don't have the courage to tell somebody how they really feel about them. It happens. Men and women both do that, and they just stay in the friend role. But that may not have always been the reason why they became their friend. Maybe they just enjoyed the person's company. And some people can be their real self around people of the opposite gender. It's possible. I do it. It's possible. And I know other men do it. And I also think it's kind of interesting, because if you don't like the company of women just as your friend, how can you like them as your girlfriend, as your dating prospect, as your wife? That's pretty hard. You're living with somebody that you can't be yourself with? What is that? That just doesn't really make sense to me. You're living with someone that you can't be yourself with. You're living with someone that you don't like their company. They're boring to you. Because your wife, your girlfriend, who you're dating, they're going to be more than just a sexual romantic object to you. Y'all not always going to be cuddled up or lovey-dovey. Y'all going to talk about stuff. Y'all going to joke around, like friends. And if you can't be your friend with your woman, how can you move more than that? I don't know. It's hard for me to understand that concept, because I always believed in friends first. And when I went against that, because I did go against that, I was not friends first. I just jumped right into it. It went bad. And there was really nothing to salvage. And there are some instances where men and women can't be friends, but I think that's on an individual level, not on a huge, general, everybody's like this level. I think it's on an individual level. Like some exes, they can't be just friends, because every time they're together, this is not negative pool, and you can just end up in bed. It happens. But there are some men and women that can, in my opinion, be just friends, and that's all they are. And I think if you can go as far as to say that men and women cannot be friends, that heterosexual men and women cannot be friends, then this goes a step further to homosexual men and women. So that means homosexual men cannot be friends with other homosexual men, because they must be attracted to them and must want to have sex with them, and must only be playing this friend role to either date them or get into their pants. The same must go for homosexual women, because they must be trying to, just play this friend role so that they can date their female friends, and so that they can eventually get into the pants of their female friends. This goes way above just, heterosexual men and women, because you have people that aren't. It's about what people are attracted to. So, if a man's not attracted to women, of course he can be friends with them. But if he's attracted to men, he can't be friends with men. I think it's just all sounds really crazy. So what I did after debating with this guy, because I also got called out because of my age. I am young. I'm 18. But I have had experience. And I don't think my age has anything, age does not correlate with maturity, experience, or intelligence. Just because I'm 18 does not mean I don't have a story to tell, or that I don't have experiences, or that I don't know what I'm talking about. And just because my opinion is different from yours doesn't mean that I don't know what I'm talking about. It doesn't mean that you don't know what you're talking about either. We just have a difference of opinions. I just happen to not agree with yours. But, so yes, I just don't agree with this whole men and women can't be friends thing. I think it's crazy. And I think the men who say this don't really understand what they're saying. That's just my opinion. I respect theirs. I'm just stating mine. But, what I did, I text some of my male friends. And I just want to see what they say. I mean, there's the possibility that they are lying to me, but I really doubt it. So I'm going to read off what they said. And I'm going to type it down there, so just in case if I read too fast, you can still see what they said. I'm not going to say any names or anything. And no, I did not make this up. But if you don't believe me, you don't believe me. But anyway, one of my the question, of course, was, do you believe that men and women can be just friends? And here are the responses I got. The first one came from, I just used their initials, came from JG, and he said, yes, you two just have to know where to draw the line. I guess that means I don't know. I didn't say it. Next one is from GL. He says, I kind of think no and yes at the same time. It just depends on who and what situation. Men and women can be friends, but you got to be more specific. Which I believe he's saying that it depends on the particular man and woman that you're talking about, which I agree with. I believe it does. Because I know personally me and a particular male probably can't be just friends. We've tried it. It just doesn't work. So, next one is from DKW, and he says, yes, they can, because there is a difference between having a brotherly and sisterly type of relationship and having a dating type of relationship. So overall, it depends. Depends on how the girl and guy look at each other. Let me read that again because I feel like I did it wrong. This once again is from DKW. Okay, and he said, yes, they can, because there is a difference between having a brotherly and sisterly type of relationship and having a dating type of relationship. It depends on how the girl and the guy look at each other. And the last one, this is not the last one, but this one came from DM, and he said, yes, I have plenty of them, and he began to name them, including me, and other various female friends that he has that he's not attracted to in that way, but we are, and we're just friends. And the last one that I'm going to use is from BF, and he says the perfect answer to that question is, it's all about the guy's mindset when approaching the girl and the girl's perception of what kind of guy he is. You dig? I guess I dig, but I'm not really sure these. But yeah, those are some responses from dudes that I just text on the various subjects. So if you're looking at this video right now, let me know, comment or whatever. Let me know what you think. Do you think men and women can be just friends? Do you believe it depends on a particular man and woman? Or do you believe this is an overall thing? Men and women just can't be friends, where they're always, somebody's always in it to either have sex or date, or there's always going to be some kind of attraction. I do believe that sometimes with friendships in general, sometimes, especially when you know someone for a while, you might begin to see them in different light, and you can become attracted to them. It happens a lot, especially when you're around someone. Like, it's psychology. When you're around someone a lot, you like them more. You like them, and it's possible the more attracted to you that they may become in a more than friendly way. But I do believe that men and women can be just friends. I do believe that there are certain instances where there is no attraction in that manner. So comment and tell me what you think. Good night. Actually, not good night, because now I have to read my social psychology book. So, bye-bye.